All right, guys. So Spider-Man 4 is actually starting to get really interesting. Personally, there have been so many rumors, so many potential plot lines, so many potential characters over the past like 3 or 4 years that I've kind of grown disinterested in it. I'm just like, all right, whenever the official stuff starts to come out, then I'll start getting invested in whether or not I care if it's grounded or if it's multiverse or whatever. And today, we got some really spicy stuff. That's not the story I wanted to start off with. It's this one. John Bernthal joins Tom Holland in Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's right. John Bernthal, let me tell you something, himself is joining Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, that on its face is a really weird inclusion. Like, we used to live in a world where the Marvel Netflix shows were like the redheaded stepchild of the MCU, where it was like at first those shows were officially confirmed to be in the MCU, where you even had in Daredevil they would refer to the Avengers movie as like the incident or something like that. And they never once crossed over into live action. But then post Endgame, we saw Daredevil in Spider-Man 4. Or not Spider-Man 4, but Spider-Man No Way Home. Not a major role, though. We then saw, I guess, Kingpin technically cross over the MCU into Hawkeye, which is not... I mean, it is MCU proper, but it's not like a big movie. It's still a TV show. But now we're at the point where apparently John Bernthal as the Punisher is going to be in one of the biggest Marvel movies and presumably play a prominent role, which is going to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day. And I don't know how that's going to work out, because obviously Punisher is a very R-rated character. He's very gruesome. And it's not just that Punisher, like the whole thing about the Punisher, it's not just that he kills people, because you can definitely do that in a PG-13 setting. It's that he violently kills people in the most gruesome of ways. And can you put Punisher in a PG-13 setting where he feels like the Punisher, where Punisher fans don't feel like cheated out of it, while also making a movie that is going to be for the masses, right? That is going to not scar some child who's I was seeing like John Bernthal slit somebody's throat. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, at the end of the day, is it probably okay to sacrifice a little bit of the Punisher's brutality? I guess so. Like at the end of the day, I don't know that many people are actually going to care, because we're still going to be getting gruesome Punisher in Daredevil season 2, as well as the Punisher like Disney Plus special. So at the end of the day, not that big of a deal. But anyways, I guess we'll read this article here. John Bernthal has appeared in several Marvel television series as a Stone Cold vigilante known as the Punisher, even headlining his own series. Now he's taking his guns, his very massive guns, to the big screen. Bernthal has joined Tom Holland in Spider-Man Brand New Day, the latest Spider-Man movie from Sony and Marvel. Destin Daniel Cretton is directing the feature. By the way, Destin Daniel Cretton, he directed Shang-Chi, so if you like Shang-Chi, something to be excited about there. Personally, I'm mostly just hoping that the action is better. Listen, John Watts, probably a nice guy. I don't know him. I guess he could be an asshole. Probably a nice guy. The action in his Spider-Man movies, garbage. There's just literally nothing to write home about. And, it's just disappointing, because it feels like nobody has ever even attempted to top Sam Raimi's action. It's weird. Like, Sam Raimi had the most incredible action in his Spider-Man movies. It didn't feel like Mark Webb or John Watts ever even tried to make something as good as the train scene in Spider-Man 2. It's very bizarre. So I'm hoping Destin Daniel Cretton can give us the goods on that front. Much of the movie remains shrouded in mystery. Movie rumor websites have listed upwards of a dozen possible villains, from crime bosses to alien symbiotes who could appear in the feature, as well as a couple of different versions of the Hulk. So this is actually an important part. So one of the other rumors was that Mark Ruffalo is set to return as Bruce Banner in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, Here's the thing about this. This could very well be true. It could. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not. However, it's just interesting to note that because guys, remember, you always got to go to the source. This is coming from a website called Nexus Point News. It's not one of the major trades. It's not the Hollywood Reporter. It's not Deadline. It's not Variety. So I find it interesting that the Hollywood Reporter is saying, yeah, some other outlets, they've reported on rumors about other villains. So look, a lot of people were getting excited about the idea of Hulk being in Brand New Day, and it very well could happen. I'm not saying it's not. But I wouldn't take it as fact. I would not take it as fact that the Hulk is going to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day. But I mean, just thinking about it, like, it would be so weird. A Spider-Man movie where I guess, I mean, you would imagine that it would be Spider-Man and the Punisher having to team up to take down the Hulk. I don't know. Because would it be like Rage? Because the rumor was also that like Rage Hulk would be raging around, and it's a weird premise, an intriguing one, but weird nonetheless. This is from the Hollywood Reporter. The only thing clear at this stage is that Zendaya and Jacob Batalon are reprising their roles as MJ and best friend Ned. Although how substantial those roles will be remains unclear. So yeah, MJ and Ned back. Will they actually get some amount of character development? Will they actually do something interesting? The world may never know. And Stranger Things star Sadie Sink is the big new addition so far. The story takes place after the events of the previous movie, Spider-Man No Way Home. That would make sense. In which the entire world knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man and then had that knowledge erased. So, this is also an interesting thing. There was like a report that Sadie Sink might be playing Mayday Parker, which would be like Peter Parker's daughter. Presumably, it would be like from another dimension. Like it would be like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man's daughter. That would make the most sense. And I guess she falls through a multiverse portal and ends up in Tom Holland Peter Parker's world. That being said, that rumor was coming from Jeff Schneider's The Hot Mic podcast. And Jeff Schneider is he's an industry insider, but again, I'm just trying to manage expectations. Because she very well might just be playing some random other character. Having Bernthal as the Punisher seems to point to a slightly more grounded angle on the story, as the character hails from the gritty street corner of Marvel's universe, and in the comics at least, uses fists, knives, and guns to tussle with bad guys rather than spells or fancy tech. But hey, having him square off against a rampaging Hulk could be fun too. I mean, that's just the thing, right? Oh, whoops. Punisher and Spider-Man teaming up to fight Hulk. That could be interesting, but it's also like, what the hell is the Punisher going to do against the Hulk? I mean, also, what the hell is Spider-Man going to do against the Hulk? But also, it's very similar to what we just got with Captain America Brand New Day. Like, are they just going to do that again? Oh no, how is this character who's not nearly as strong as a Hulk going to fight the Hulk? It wasn't actually all that interesting in Captain America Brand New Day. I guess you could execute it better in Spider-Man 4, but still, it's just like, okay, do it again, I guess. Let's see. Bernthal first showed up as Vigilante Frank Castle, aka the Punisher in Marvel's Daredevil's Netflix series, and starred in his own series that ran for 2 seasons. He recently returned for a few episodes in Daredevil Born Again on Disney+. Hollywood Reporter confirms Marvel is betting on more Punisher and Bernthal in the months and years to come. The character is set to return for season 2 of Born Again, and Marvel is bringing Bernthal back for a Punisher standalone feature for Disney+. Bernthal is co-writing the latter. Curiously, one non-negotiable he had for his return to Daredevil was maintaining the character's violent R-rated feel. It will be interesting to see how that translates into the more kid-friendly tone of the Spider-Man movies. So yeah, I mean, just interesting stuff to note, right? Like, it is true. Like, we kind of already knew this, that Jon Bernthal did not agree to come back for Daredevil Born Again, the original iteration, where apparently he was not John Bernthal felt that the way that they were going with the character was not true to form. Are they going to have a true to form Punisher in a Spider-Man 4? I guess so, if John Bernthal is agreeing to it, but also it's possible that John Bernthal is more, adamant about his version of the character in a TV show, but him having a chance to show up in a Spider-Man movie maybe makes him go, it's like, oh, okay, maybe we could be a little we could be a little loosey goosey with the Punisher. But again, like here's the reality. You can't have an accurate, true to form Punisher in a PG-13 movie. Like, philosophically, you just can't show him doing all the things that you would want to see him be doing, which would be disappointing the fans. So, we'll see. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.